Serie A Torino vs Empoli prediction, team news, lineups preview. After taking just 1 point from their last 6 Serie A matches, relegation-haunted Empoli will seek an overdue win on Saturday when they visit mid-table Torino. Despite enjoying an unprecedented journey into the Coppa Italia semi-finals, the Azzurri have been dismal in the league this calendar year, while their hosts are proving particularly tough to beat. Match preview. Leaving them trailing behind 10th-placed Udinese in the race for a top-half finish, Torino twice let a 1-goal lead slip last weekend, as lowly hosts Parma fought back to avoid defeat at Stadio Tardini. Continuing his good run of form since arriving in the winter transfer window, Eljif Elmas opened the scoring, and Che Adams later put Toro back in front, but they ultimately had to settle for a 2-2 draw. Nonetheless, Paolo Vanoli's men have lost just one of their last 8 matches away from Turin and are among the toughest teams to defeat throughout Italy's top flight. Now 11 unbeaten in Serie A, including 7 draws, the Granada are both too far below the top 6 and too far clear of the bottom 3 to expect anything other than a mid-table place when their campaign concludes in May. Dumped out of the Coppa Italia by Empoli earlier this season, Torino took their revenge in December's league clash at Stadio Castellani, where Adams scored the winner. So, following that 1-0 win in Tuscany, they now aim to do the double. Having toppled Torino in the second round, Empoli then upset local rivals Fiorentina to reach the cup quarter-finals, where they then shocked Toro's old foes Juventus. A penalty shootout success on their last trip to Turin broke new ground by setting up the club's first Coppa Italia semi-final, but their league form has been flatlining for some time now. So, before playing Bologna over 2 legs next month with the winner to meet either one of the Milan clubs in Rome, a familiar fight for Serie A survival is at hand. After a promising start to his reign, head coach Roberto De Versa has seen his side freefall into the relegation zone, and they sit 2 points shy of 17th-placed Parma following last week's 1-0 home loss to Roma. A recent run of 5 defeats from 6 games by an aggregate scoreline of 16-2 has put the Azzurri's top-flight status in serious jeopardy, and they may soon be praying for another dramatic last-day escape. Team news. Though Paolo Vanoli is still without a Luigi, plus long-term absentees Per Shores and Duvan Zapata, a trio of Torino players are set to be past fit for Saturday's game. Valentino Lazzaro and Antonio Sanabria should overcome knocks that have caused them to train individually, while Ivan Ilic has recovered from the bout of flu that saw him miss last week's trip to Parma. Vanoli has kept a settled side for the past few weeks, with recent arrivals Cesare Casadei and Eljif Elmas taking on key roles. The latter has just scored in 3 consecutive away games, and Casadei is now the preferred midfield partner for Samuel Ricci. Meanwhile, Empoli continue to feel the effects of a long injury list featuring 3 men who will not be back in action until next season. First-choice defenders Mattia Viti and Ardian Ismajli may also miss out, while Jacopo Fazzini remains doubtful. Youssef Mallet, Simon Zerkowski and Ola Solbakken are still sidelined. Tino Angerin is expected to complete his recovery from a muscular problem, though, and he could compete for a place in the visitors' midfield. Torino possible starting lineup: Milinkovic-Savic, Walukiewicz, Maripan, Coco, Biraghi, Ricci, Casadei, Lazzaro, Vlasic, Elmas, Adams. Empoli possible starting lineup: Vasquez, Goglicids, Marianucci, Desilio, Giasai, Henderson, Grassi, Cacase, Pizzella, Esposito, Colombo. We say, Torino 1-0 Empoli. Draw specialists Torino should turn their customary 1 point into 3 this weekend, as injury-hit Empoli are in awful form. Despite celebrating 2 big cup wins in Turin this season, the Azzurri are now set to suffer defeat, leaving them stuck inside Serie A's bottom 3. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.